What's good, YouTube? It's your man Rage King, aka first name Rage, last name is him. Back with another one. Yes, another upload to the channel. And before we get started, I ask y'all please go down there and hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit that share button, hit that bell for notifications if you're new. Welcome to Rumble Rage TV. This is how we do Rage and Rebels. Crown up. And if you're new to the crew, welcome to the Rage and Rebel Revolution. Now let's vibe and y'all. As you see right here on your screen, ain't no optical illusion, ain't no black magic, ain't no Photoshop. This is the real deal, Holyfield, and real spill. But take it with a grain of salt with the details, if you will, of this article right here. As the article reads right here, NetherRealm Studios' next game after Mortal Kombat 1 could be announced this year if tradition holds. 2 years is the average time it takes to make a new fighting game at NetherRealm Studios, according to Ed Boon. Now we're going to read this article and get the further details. Again, take it with a grain of salt. The team at NetherRealm Studios decided what they were going to do for their next game for a long time ago. According to Mortal Kombat series co-creator Ed Boon, we're supporting Mortal Kombat 1 with additional characters and whatnot, and we're planting seeds for the next game, Boon noted previously. And we made a video on that talking about the next game. They've been knowing what the next game is. What this article is saying is we very well may know what that next game is. They're going to make it official and tell us what their next game is if they continue with the schedule. Another compelling quote, though, is that the team there usually takes 2 years or less to make a game, with the latest entry being an exception. Almost every Mortal Kombat game has 2 years or less of development time. Mortal Kombat 1 was 4 years. There was a lot of factors involved in it, game engines, the pandemic. I don't think our goal is to take 4 years for every game at this point, said Boon. This matches up really well with the releases of Mortal Kombat 9 in 2011, which followed by the first Injustice game in 2013. From there, the team at NetherRealm Studios released a new major fighting game every 2 years, with the exception of Mortal Kombat 1, and here's the chart that they're referring to. See, NetherRealm Studios' major fighting game releases since 2011. 2011, Mortal Kombat 9, 2013, Injustice Among Us, 2015, Mortal Kombat X, or Mortal Kombat 10, Injustice 2 in 2017, 2019, Mortal Kombat 11, and then you got that 4-year period due to the pandemic for Mortal Kombat 1, which took 4 years. Warner Brothers, which owns NetherRealm Studios and DC Studios, recently listed Mortal Kombat as one of their key franchises. Let's just hope that they can actually make a good Mortal Kombat this time or whatever next game is coming. Also, James Gunn and Peter Safran are the co-chairmen and co-CEOs of DC Studios, and they met with NetherRealm Studios about the DC characters and their future plans. We see designs for the projects in the very earliest stages, said Gunn. We talk about those, we talk about what the story might be, and we'll say, well, you maybe want to go this way because we're planning on maybe doing something with this character, he added. We work incredibly closely with JB Peretti, who runs that division, said Safran. It's really the first time it's ever been this way at Warner Brothers. James and I sit with the guys that run these studios under JB, whether it's NetherRealm or Rocksteady. We sit with them and we talk about characters and stories that we're interested in and that they're interested in. While James Gunn did say it could be a couple of years from now before we see games set in the DC universe, it's possible this was referring to games featuring Batman and Superman as the central protagonist and not potentially a new Injustice game. Superman open world and make it right. Make the Superman open world like Batman Arkham, like the Batman Arkham series, and you got a banger, I'm telling you. Ed Boon is all too aware, I'd use that term loosely if I were you, of brand fatigue, and personally noted that this has been an issue in the past for the Mortal Kombat franchise. No. Franchise fatigue is not your big problem here. Your big problem is taking a franchise that people have loved and try to change it into something that people don't understand and change it into shit that don't make no sense. That's your problem. And it seems like you still don't get it. This is why I say Ed Boon needs to go ahead and retire. But come for me in the comment section, say I'm being negative, but you can't prove me how I'm wrong. We went a few years where we were releasing them, in my opinion, too frequently, said Boon of the MK games. You know what this sounds like? It sounds like the only one truly suffering from franchise fatigue is one Ed Boon himself. Not the fans, not the diehards, not the people that want to see MK thrive. It's the makers of Mortal Kombat that seem to have more franchise fatigue than the people who have loved this franchise for 30 years, i.e. myself and many others. There was 1 year where we did 3 games in 3 years, Mortal Kombat Deception, Shaolin Monks, and Armageddon. All classic games They have their faults, but all classic games. You can play those games right now and have as much fun with them now as you once did when they first dropped. I'm telling you. I'm telling you from personal experience. I felt like there were periods of time where we overexposed MK, but then we gave it a rest, and then people said, "Where's my next Mortal Kombat game?" And he just proved my point. The only people suffering from franchise fatigue with Mortal Kombat are the people making Mortal Kombat, not the people who are spending money waiting for a good Mortal Kombat game, which in my opinion we haven't gotten since MKX. We won't know what the team at NetherRealm Studios is officially up to until an announcement happens. And looking at the timeline, I'm so sick of it. Y'all have played that word out so much for me, bro. I never want to hear it again. I'm being honest. It could definitely happen this year, as Mortal Kombat 1 was released in September of 2023. Apparently, the seeds are out there for whatever NetherRealm Studios' next project is. We just have to find them. And that is the end of the article. So, in closing, take this with a grain of salt. This is not a guarantee we're going to get an announcement on what the next Mortal Kombat game is or what the next game from NetherRealm Studios is going to be. It's looking more and more, as I've stated before, we made a video about this a couple months ago, that it might just very well may be another Mortal Kombat game because it's one of their key franchises. It's a forever franchise. No matter how we feel about it, understand this. I know there's this belief out there that Rage King just don't like Mortal Kombat. That couldn't be any further from the truth. I adore Mortal Kombat. I love Mortal Kombat. I just hate what they have done gameplay-wise and story mode-wise with the past two Mortal Kombats. And I'm going to just leave it at that. So in closing, take this with a grain of salt. If an announcement does happen, you know Rage King going to get y'all the deeds, get y'all the details, and let y'all know what's up. But I'm thinking that the next game is going to be a Mortal Kombat game. The next DC game, DC characterized video game they should drop, in my opinion, should be a Superman open world game. We don't need Injustice. Make a Superman open world game and make it like the Batman Arkham series in terms of content, fighting mechanics. You know, make it Superman-esque, of course. Fighting in Metropolis and various other places, and I think you got a banger. But that's just my opinion. Y'all let me know down in the comment section what y'all think about this. As long as I'm respectful and logical, we can have a conversation. But that's the end of my video. Hope y'all enjoyed. It's been a pleasure making it for you and Rage King. We'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.